Okay, y'all. Hey now. I don't know if y'all saw. I tried to go live again. I guess when I go outside my house, the connection is just too bad in this area. I live in a woodsy area of Maryland that sometimes has connection problems. So yeah. So I had wanted to go live while I was walking to the store like I'm doing right now or whatever. But it looks like that's not a possibility over here. I have to do it in the house in order to strengthen my Wi-Fi, because I go on my paid Wi-Fi plus my phone's Wi-Fi, and I guess that's how I was able to stay. But when I first moved to Maryland, I lived on the other side, not too far away, but like 2 exits down. And I lived in the back of the apartments, the back of the complex. And for a whole year, I couldn't get no internet. My phone didn't hardly work. And I couldn't get cable or anything because of where I lived at. Because if I would have gotten it, when I had gotten it, it didn't work at all. The phone, I had to go outside to use. It was just terrible. I had T-Mobile, had a few different companies, and it was the same. But when I moved to the front and to the townhouses, everything started working. So I was able to get files and everything. So today I wanted to come on and talk to everybody. I want y'all to give me y'all's opinions on the NeNe and Porscha thing. Look, y'all, I got on the what is this? A heel figure windbreaker, because that menopause ain't no joke. I be hot and cold all the time. Plus I got a blood disease called thalassemia, if anybody ever heard of it. But anyway, what y'all think about NeNe and Porscha? I'm gonna tell you what I personally think. Okay, so let's just get this off the bat. Let's be honest. I was like a really huge NeNe fan back in the day. I think when most people like NeNe was the ish. But then as time went by, I didn't really care for her anymore, because I just thought that she was being mean and a bully. She was arrogant and she was out of control. So I never really disliked her, but I'm not a #1 fan of hers like I used to be. Okay? Marlo. Used to love Marlo. Marlo was probably like, she was my fan favorite. I was a fan favorite. Or Marlo was a fan favorite of mine. I loved Marlo. I thought she was just everything. Until she got a peach. Okay? And I don't know if it was automatically when she got a peach, but after that terrible fake storyline that she did with Candy, like, that was ridiculous. Bringing Candy into her nephew's memorial, all that stuff, that was ridiculous. That was just out of control. And if people want to talk about the snots with fake storylines, they need to talk about Marlo with that mess, because that was ridiculous. And to bring somebody into something like that, the way she did it, that was wrong. So don't like her either. Well, not either. I actually don't like her. Like, I did like her, but I don't like her. I don't like that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm judging her. Candy. Now, when Candy first came on the show, I was excited because Candy is my age. I've known Candy since she's been out. I've been an Escape fan since they've been out. Always loved Escape. So, and I always loved Candy. But when Candy came on The Real Housewives, and I saw the way she treated NeNe, and I don't know if it's because back then I was still liking NeNe, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the way she was choosing Kim over NeNe. I don't like when any person of color does stuff like that, and it seemed like she was doing it on purpose, and I stopped liking her. and I don't think I ever really liked Kim. I never really liked Kim. I never really disliked her, but I don't really, I'm gonna say, I don't really have a good opinion of her, but she definitely has never been my favorite housewife, Kim Zolciak. So yeah. And as far as NeNe goes, I felt like NeNe and Candy had this thing where they was just trying to outdo each other. And I feel like Candy claims that she had liked NeNe and NeNe was her favorite person on the show. But it seemed like she came for NeNe at every chance she could. It seemed like she was intimidated because NeNe was that girl on the show. It did seem that way. It seemed like that. I don't know. And then when Candy was going back and telling Phaedra everything the girls were saying, while Phaedra was lying about that pregnancy, yeah, that mess, yeah, that, I was like, you cannot be serious. I was on social media heavy then, talking junk on Twitter, Facebook, everything. And people was like, oh, she didn't do it maliciously. Like, what? Are y'all freaking kidding me? She go back and tell that girl everything they say and go back and tell them everything Phaedra say. Are y'all kidding me? That is malicious. I was so disappointed in her. So that on top of that, I didn't like her no more. Okay? Yeah, so we almost there, y'all. I'm gonna pause this when I go in the store. Come back and finish it. Okay, y'all, I'm out the store for you northerners. But anyway, yeah. So I don't even remember where I left off at. But I think I was talking about how I didn't care for Candy. Okay, so I didn't watch Real Housewives. Like, I can't remember like when I stopped watching it and I started like just dipping in and out. But it was years ago. So I would see certain things or whatever. And then I would see Porscha, Kenya, and all of them. You know, they wasn't on there at first. So then Porscha, Kenya, I was watching all of that mess. And I really didn't care for it. So I was kind of really in and out because it was just a little bit too much. It just seemed like Porscha was just really, 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 really sneaky. And always throwing rocks and hiding her hand. And Kenya was really, 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 really mean. Like, that was mean. Like, but I can't say she is mean as Marlo because Marlo went way lower than Kenya. But Kenya has done a lot of messed up things as well. So I never really liked or disliked Porscha or Kenya. I think because I wasn't as invested in the show at the same time. I just thought that they were crazy. Okay? Shari, never really liked or disliked her. But well, that's not true. I think I disliked her when I saw her doing the same thing with Kim that Candy was doing. But Shari is a little bit more like happened for Kim. I don't like that at all. I'm just going to keep it 100. Because Kim is not the girl for that. But that's what I didn't like about Shari. Like her not paying her bills and all of that stuff. Like, that's on her. I don't dislike somebody because they don't pay their bills. But unless it's my bill, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, it don't really have nothing to do with me. Okay, so let's get back to on point. So as far as the Porscha and NeNe thing goes, I feel like Porscha should not have told a producer or a production company that she was having an issue with NeNe and she didn't want to work with her. I feel like, and then after NeNe did text her and ask her about it, she claimed you didn't check on your big sis when she was just with her not too long ago. So I don't know what it is that you wanted her to do. And even if she did, like, why didn't you say anything to her? I feel like it's just like NeNe said, that Porscha did not want to share the spotlight, which doesn't make sense to me because Porscha's not the one that's the actress. NeNe actually is an actress. Porscha is not. And come on, y'all, with the excuses. Stop acting like this girl is intelligent and stuff. She is the epitome of a dumb blonde without the blonde hair. I mean, come on. Who looks through a wall looking for the hole for the Underground Railroad when you're an adult? Like, who does that? Like, it's ridiculous, some of the things she says and does. But, hey, I'm not telling nobody not to like Porscha because, again, I don't dislike Porscha. I actually like Porscha. I just don't like some of the things that she has done. It's the same thing with me. There's plenty of people who might like me, but they don't like some of the things that I have done. I don't hold that to her in that way of not liking her because, you know, that stuff with Candy was egregious. But at the same time, I know that it's a show, and I actually feel like Carlos was behind it. The same way I feel like Carlos is behind everybody attacking Mel. I believe that, just like somebody said, or NeNe said, that someone told her, I can't remember who it was, that the reason every time people come on the show come for her is because that's what they was told to do. And it happens to be the same producer that was over there on Real Housewives that now is doing a show for the last 6 to 7 years where somebody continuously comes for the star of the show, who didn't even make themselves the star of the show. They just became a fan favorite. So I honestly believe that it's all Carlos is doing and that he tells people to come after Mel, just like Uncle Daddy was talking about. You want to get followers, go after Mel. And you think she came up with that on her own, y'all? Come on now. We're talking about another dum-dum. We're talking about another dum-dum with a dum-dum daughter with 3 degrees. That's what we're talking about. You think they came up with this shit on their own? No. No. This came from Lucifer. Lucifer. So I feel like Porscha could have just talked to NeNe and she could have said whatever, especially being that she was just with her. But the reason that she didn't do it is because they didn't have any real problems. And she used that as an excuse because she wanted to have the spotlight. She wanted to have the spotlight all to herself. Probably can't act her way out of a paper bag. You can be pretty, you can have a nice body, and you can say little shady things on a reality show. But when you turn around and look for the whole of the Underground Railroad, I really don't think you have too much skills when it comes to reading, writing, acting, or arithmetic. Hey, it's keeping it 100. And that don't mean she can't learn. That don't mean she can't get no teachers or whatever. Yeah, I went up that hill. It's kicking my butt. I'm just keeping it 100. That's just my opinion. So, again, y'all drop down in the comments. Tell me what y'all think. Who y'all think is right or wrong? I know Porscha didn't stop NeNe's bag. So, everybody that says, well, Porscha didn't stop NeNe's bag. But it wasn't from her lack of trying. She did everything she could to try it. Because that's one thing I could say. Porscha has heard about it. She knows about NeNe's lawsuits. She knows how it is for a black woman in Hollywood. So, she could be dumb, but she's heard about it already. And she knew what she was doing, especially being that she got that girl's number. They didn't fall out. And she could have contacted her. But then when she contacts her, she said, you didn't check on me. So nothing really happened. So that's just how I feel about it, y'all. I ain't no #1 NeNe fan. I ain't no #1 Porscha fan. I like both of them. They both are crazy. They both have some questionable, trashy past. They both have done things. But Porscha is the one that continuously has put her hands on other people. And I've heard time and time again, after KEKE splashed Tisha with water, how absolutely wrong she is, and she's so this, and she shouldn't have did that, and And all she did was splash water. She didn't pick up the glass. But this girl literally picked Kenya up by her wig and dragged her. And let's not just talk about all the other times, all the other things that she has done. Let's keep it 100. If anybody's a problem, it's her, Porscha. And that's based on what most of y'all said about KEKE. What everybody was talking about KEKE. It applies to Porscha. It applies to everybody. If you're saying that, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if you get fed up or whatever it is, or how you handle it is how you handle it when a person is coming for you. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the opposite. But I'm talking about all the people that had so much to say about KEKE that then turn around and defend Porscha. It's crazy. Just hypocritical madness. But anyway, guys, what the hell is that on the ground? Anyway, guys, I had a good walk. I hope you guys have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Have a great one. Peace.